Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another weekly wears video where I go over every single fragrance that I wore all 7 days last week. So if that is content that you want to see more, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you are updated whenever I upload something new. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into the list, starting with Sunday. The scent that I reached for on Sunday, I could wear every single day of the week, easily. The scent we're talking about is Chanel Allure Sport Eau Extreme. And this is just a more rich, deeper experience than, say, the original Allure Homme and Sport and things like Versace Pour Homme. There's just more versatility here, in my opinion. This has a deeper Tonka note and a heavier Tonka note, which really adds to the depth of the fragrance and makes this a perfect transitional fragrance from day to night. You could definitely wear this out in the evening. I absolutely love this fragrance. Mint, mandarin orange, tonka bean. Those are the main notes that stand out for me. I think the issue with performance here, people complaining that it doesn't last long enough on them. There's some nose blindness there. I just don't agree with it. I think that this scent is not meant to fill a room. It has good projection for the first hour or so, and then I get a nice, steady sort of longevity from it. It doesn't really overpower anyone, but it's there. It's still very much there. I get complimented on this hours later, which, by the way, this is one of my biggest complimented fragrances. If you have a reviewer telling you that because of reformulations, this doesn't perform anymore, run the other way, because that is another thing that is, I could make a whole video on why reformulations don't correlate to poor performance. I think it's completely overstated and just hyped. But this scent, not hyped. It's hyped, but worth the hype. Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. This next one is one of the most popular fragrances on TikTok. I've seen a million videos on it. Me personally, one of my favorites. The scent we're talking about is Jean Paul Gaultier's Les Beaux. And this is the EDT. This one I prefer over the Les Parfums. I think it's a better scent for what I wear it for. So typically, this is my go-to summertime night out fragrance. This is just a brighter, more uplifting version than the Les Parfums. I like the Les Parfums, but that one is a different fragrance. This has more coconut to me. The opening, the brighter notes, the pineapple, the coconut, they stick around longer in this scent than they do in the Les Parfums. So although the Les Parfums is a longer lasting fragrance, overall, generally a better performer, the things I like about this stick around longer in the EDT. So why just have a fragrance that performs really well if your favorite parts of the scent aren't in it? That's why I prefer the EDT over the Les Parfums, because I think overall the notes that I really love last longer in the EDT. Amazing scent. As I said, coconut, pineapple, great summertime fragrance. The tonka bean here is kind of the classic feel of a lot of the JPG fragrances. I love it. Jean Paul Gaultier's Les Beaux. This next fragrance, so underrated. I love it. Scent we're talking about is Reef 33. And this is a saffron rosemary oud fragrance that is just amazing, especially for what you can get this for price-wise. Has this warm, spicy, aromatic blend with an in there, it's so good. With this undertone of leather, and it has a fruitiness in there, but this stuff is amazing, guys, and super versatile, really masculine smelling fragrance, a little bit metallic. The oud here is nothing overpowering. I just love the blend. So you can get this on intenseoud.com, and I actually have a code with them, Gerard, that will save you 12%. This is one that I find myself wanting to reach for a lot, especially right now in the fall and winter months. I think it's perfect for this time of year. And performance, outstanding for under $50. Once you put my discount, it's on sale right now. So once you put my discount code in on top of the sale, you're getting this for under $50. Incredible deal. Definitely check out Reef 33. This next one, it's an opulent fragrance. It smells very luxurious. It is not cheap. And I love the presentation. The scent we are talking about is Xerjoff's Ouverture. And wow, guys. Just amazing, amazing fragrance. Very unique, very different. Warm, fruity. Has this creaminess to it. I like to liken it to something like a hot green tea, adding maybe some milk and honey. And that's exactly what this evokes for me. And I think performance here, incredible. Seasonality, I think you could wear this in any season. I think you could wear this in the summer. I think you could wear this in the winter, in the months in between. But I also think that with that comes deciding when you're going to wear this, because I find it is opulent, it is upscale smelling and very luxurious. So you're kind of going to maybe want to save this for special occasions. At least that's how I feel, like how I want to wear it. Although the day that I reached for it, it was just like I wanted to smell it. I wanted to wear it that day. And I wasn't doing anything in particularly special, but, nights out, maybe dinner dates, events, weddings, that type of thing is kind of when I think I would reach for this the most. But with that being said, look, you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want. Really, really underrated. Really one that you don't hear talked about. When you hear Xerjoff brought up, you hear pretty much the same fragrances talked about. This one, I think you need to check out because it is an absolute sleeper. Xerjoff's Overture. On Thursday, it was pouring rain. Finally, we got some rain in the Boston area. We needed it. There were sort of brush fires all over the place. We needed rain, and this is kind of my go-to fragrance when it rains. Scent we're talking about is Encre Noir Sport. And this is a fragrance that is fresh in an earthy kind of way, if that makes any sense. And there really couldn't be anything more misleading than the word sport in this scent. As I said, very woody, very earthy, does have kind of this sour opening. So just be aware of that. Some people compare it to pickle juice. I don't necessarily get pickle juice. It is a little bit soury, so you don't want to immediately judge it on that initial 1 minute of the opening, because then this gets much more deep, richer, woodier. Reminds me of being in the forest on a damp day. So like damp logs on the ground of the forest, and just has this sort of rich lushness to it that reminds me of the woods. And I love it. And again, sport, nah, it's not. I'm not spraying this on and going to shoot hoops. No day of the week would I be doing that. So, but an incredible fragrance, particularly for what you're going to pay here. If you're a fan of vetiver, the vetiver note really stands out here, but really comes across less grassy. It is grassy, but not as grassy as some other vetivers that I have in my collection. It's more just deep, rich, smoky woods. So love this one, Encre Noir Sport. So the scent I reached for on Friday and wore was also the scent that I talked about in Friday's video, which is my most recent rack store pickup. So if you have not seen that video yet, I will link it down below. Scent we are talking about is Mancera's Coco Vanille. Now, I will say, this got much more unisex leaning as it dried down, and I love the magnetic caps on these fragrances. Never get sick of it, but became much more unisex, less feminine leaning as it dried down, because in the opening, it is very feminine leaning on me. It has those white florals. It has the peach note. So whenever those are combined, I find it to be an extremely feminine fragrance. So not something I would reach for particularly for myself, but I would love to smell this on my wife. I think it has this sensualness to it. It smells really high quality. And when you're getting into Mancera fragrances, it's kind of hard to beat the value sometimes. And I think this is one of their best values, in my opinion. It's one of their higher quality smelling fragrances to my nose, because you're getting the high quality smelling ingredients. You're getting the longevity and the performance, and then you're also getting that for under $100 in a niche fragrance. It's kind of hard to beat. So I really ended up liking this one quite a bit. Again, performance is really good. Lasted all day on me, and you remember what you sprayed on earlier in the day. It's a memorable fragrance. Mancera's Coco Vanille. Finally, on Saturday, I need to shout out my man Corey for surprising me with this fragrance, sending it to me. I had done a first impressions of it. I will link that video down below as well, so you can watch it at the end of this. Scent we are talking about is Mugler's Amen Phantasm. And this is one of the best patchouli fragrances I own. One of the best patchouli fragrances that I've smelled in a very long time. Has this masculine sweetness to it. Again, with that earthy, rich patchouli. In the air, smells incredible. On skin, smells incredible. Has that slight signature Amen DNA So if you own others from the line, it's going to remind you a little bit of those as well. Heavy dark chocolate vibes. This is, for me, ideally a cool weather night out fragrance, but one that I would easily reach for during the day as well. Super addictive. I want to wear this a lot. I look at it and I'm like, I want to go Phantasm. Much like the Chanel, that is one that when I'm kind of no brainer, want to smell fresh and put together, I'll put on the Chanel. And this one I would reach for just want a little bit of a darker edge, go out that night, cooler weather, that type of thing. So yeah, amazing, amazing fragrance, great performance. One of the best releases in a long time from not only the Amen line, but just designers in general. I think this one needs to get the love and the talk that it deserves because it's really, really good. So Amen, Phantasm. That's it, guys. All 7 fragrances that I wore every single day last week. As always, I love to know what you guys are wearing, whether it was 1 or 10 fragrances. Drop it in the comment section down below. But if you like what you saw today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.